I'm really slow at food prep, y'all. Oh gosh, it's not gonna fit. Absolutely disgusting. You know what? Maybe not a whole teaspoon. Now I'm scared. Hey, I don't want to regret that. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Carly and I make everything gluten-free and vegan. Today we're going to be making chili. Good old vegetarian chili. No mock meats. Just it's plant protein anyways, but you know what I mean. Whole foods. Proteins. Okay, y'all. Let's get right into it. What you will need for this recipe, okay, beans. You can use 1 or 2 cans, up to you. Onion, celery, red bell pepper, tomatoes. I don't use canned tomatoes. Tomato paste, a bunch of different seasonings, green chili peppers, I think that's what they're called, and some red lentils, and the brown sugar also, yes. Step number 1 is going to be prepping all of our veggies and everything. So I usually start with my onions. I don't know why, but I never seem to have an issue with, you know, the eyes watering. I don't know why, but so I'm just gonna dice up my onion, 2 stalks of celery. Now with all of my veggies, I like to cut them really small. If you like big chunks of vegetables in your chili, then go right ahead and cut them bigger, not a problem. Next up is our red peppers. So you could probably use green if you want. I just find them a little bit bitter. I had 1/4 of one in the fridge, so I'm gonna do 1 1/4. Again, I'm just going to dice them nice and small. And it's the perfect day for chili, y'all. It is snowing outside and windy and blizzardy, so this is going to be the perfect supper tonight, especially after being out in the cold, because I'm gonna go and run in this, y'all. My ankle is finally better. It's been like 2 weeks since I've ran with the crew, and y'all, I've been missing it. Next up, let's do our garlic. So I might just use all of this. I would probably do 5 or 6 cloves altogether. I like to just cut off this end piece and then just pull from there, and then you kind of have your starting to peel. The recipe normally calls for, I shouldn't say normally because like, I don't even know where I got this recipe. I just mix it up all the time. I don't know why I keep writing down 2 15-ounce cans of tomatoes, because I never use canned tomatoes. I hate them. I despise them. Go ahead and use canned tomatoes if you wish. It is 2 15-ounce cans. What I'm going to do is measure out 15 ounces twice of fresh tomatoes. I'll just cut big chunks like this, because also I don't want my scale to turn off. I've had that happen before where it's like you're taking too long and it just shuts off on me midway. So I estimate about like 5 to 6-ish big tomatoes. Usually that ends up being 15 ounces plus 30 ounces, you know. We're at 13.5, 15.7. Okay, that's good for me. That's 1. So I'm gonna take this and put it into my food processor. I also at this point am turning on my pan to a medium-ish heat to start to saute our vegetables in. Okay, there's our second batch. I actually think I'm going to do this in 2, because last time I put way too many in my food processor and there kept being one big chunk that just kept rolling around and it did not get processed, because it's all gonna get, you know, mushed up when we're cooking it anyways, so does it really matter if it's mushed up now? Our pan is hot now, so let's add some olive oil, probably 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just going to guesstimate as per usual. All right, once the oil is hot, we're gonna add our onion. It's been about maybe 2-ish minutes. Our onions are starting to be translucent and almost browning. We're gonna add in our other vegetables, so our celery and red pepper. We're gonna cook this down maybe 5 minutes-ish. Our veggies are looking good. I would say about 10 minutes, but just cook them how you prefer, because I like mine more cooked down so that they're not crunchy at all. Minced garlic. Give it a mix. We'll cook it for about a minute. Now let's start adding some seasonings. We're gonna do salt. I would say about a teaspoon. I usually add salt throughout as I taste test and whatnot. And then pepper, you can do a teaspoon as well, or just however much you want. Can make it more spicy. 2 tablespoons of ground cumin. And then 2 tablespoons of oregano. I'm a little bit generous with oregano. And let's mix her up. And then we're gonna add in our green chilies. I don't know what a non-canned version of this would be, to be honest. I guess just green chilies. Like, I don't know what kind of chilies they are, but they're they have some heat to them. Give it a minute to cook in. Let's add in our tomatoes. I'm gonna mix it in. Make sure you scrape up all of the bits if there's anything stuck on the bottom of the pan. Next we have our 3/4 cup of red lentils. I already rinsed them and everything. Oh, they're gonna be a clump. Our 1 can of black beans. I did rinse and drain these as well, or drain and rinse these as well already. And you can put 2 cans if you like. 3 to 4 cups of vegetable broth or water. I found I need more than 2 cups of liquid the last couple times I've made this, so I'm gonna bump it to 3 or 4. So I have 2 vegetable broth. I'll probably just do the other 2 cups. I'm gonna do 4 cups. I'll do the other 2 cups of water. So the reason I'm bumping the water too is I noticed with this many lentils, they really soak up all of the water, and you want to make sure it's really got time to soak in there and really absorb all the flavors. I don't really like adding extra liquid part way through. I feel like it's diluting our flavors. Okay, y'all. We need 1 can of chili paste. I have a good amount left over from in the fridge, so I'm just going to use that instead of opening a whole nother can, because this is probably at least 3/4 of a can. Just one of those really teeny tiny cans of tomato paste. I think they're 8 ounces. This will give us more of a red color here. I know it's kind of looking absolutely disgusting right now. It's giving me like a shrimp pink color. Next we're going to add in some brown sugar just to cut the bitterness of the tomatoes. You'll probably need more if you're using canned tomatoes. I usually start with 1 large-ish spoonful, but then I usually end up adding more later on anyways, so I'm just going to do like 1 and kind of a half. It also cuts the spiciness if you don't like spicy. Alright, I don't like spicy, so I'm going to do 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. If you like spicy, go ahead, put like a whole teaspoon or whatever. And then I'm also going to do 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. This one you can go a little bit more. I find also both of them very bitter. And last but not least, cinnamon. So I saw Spudman on TikTok doing cinnamon and I was like, that's genius. I've tried using cocoa powder and I didn't really find I liked it that much. I can't remember what I did last time, but I know adding cinnamon and using vegetable broth made a world of a difference. So I'm just gonna do a teaspoon and like, you know what, maybe not a whole teaspoon. Now I'm scared. Half a teaspoon. Okay, I don't want to regret that. Cinnamon's a strong flavor, y'all. Just remember with seasonings, we can taste and adjust as we go. So if you feel like it's missing something or it has, I mean, if it has too much of something, there's only so much we can fix and do depending on what that is. But you can always add more liquid to dissipate things. And then, you know, I would just recommend starting smaller seasonings. Do not go short on the oregano or the cumin, okay? I'll tell you that much. Everything's in here. We're only missing 2 ingredients, but those go in at the very end. And if you want to add mock meat, it will go at the very end too. So our last 2 ingredients are corn. I usually do frozen corn. And then I have some spinach as well that I'll throw in at the end. So we're just going to turn this up until it boils. Once it's boiling, we'll turn it back down to a simmer and we'll let it simmer for 45 minutes, an hour. Kind of just watch it as it goes. See, maybe it'll take 2 hours. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta keep going until it looks and tastes right, y'all. All right, we are basically up to a boil. I'm gonna give a nice little stir, and then I'll turn it down to low and then let it simmer away. I'll probably put a lid on halfway on it and then check on it every like 20-ish minutes. Alrighty y'all, it has been about an hour since we have checked on the chili. And y'all, this is looking amazing so far. I'm hoping it's going to be done in 20 minutes now. It's 10 after. Hopefully it'll be done at 6:30. The thing I know it's not done is because I can see all these lentils, how they look yellow. That means they're not fully cooked yet. But we could go ahead and taste test if you want right now, and then adjust seasonings accordingly. But hopefully this will just need another half hour. Alrighty y'all, it has been about half an hour now and it is looking beautiful. So what I'm gonna do is put in our 1 cup of frozen corn and our spinach. I just have like a cup here of spinach. Mix it in and then we'll turn it off, and I'm gonna go for a run and come back and it's gonna be beautiful. Alrighty y'all, we are back and look at how gorgeous it looks. I've just tossed in a couple buns from Little Northern Bakehouse in the oven to toast. I've taste tested it. It tastes amazing. So it's just the perfect temperature to like scarf it down. It's not completely cooled yet, so hurry up, buns and toast. And here is our final plating. I have a little bit of Daiya cheese on the very bottom just to melt in, and then a little bit of tofutti, sour supreme. There's our buns. I've buttered them with some vegan butter. And they are gluten-free, of course. So let's do a little taste test for you guys. I'll get a little bit of sour cream. Delicious. I'm gonna eat hopefully 3 of these buns. Oh my gosh, can y'all even see me? I'm holding the camera so high. There is the green onions. How beautiful. I'm going to enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned something new. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye!